mom and dad.
Okay.
That's the best scenario. Yeah, that's the best scenario. However, I'm gonna let you know who I am. I'm a fatherhood advocate. You know, and I work with some of the agents that said, "Mr. Lykes, why don't you help the moms?" And I'm like, they said, "No, yeah, you're a fatherhood advocate, because fathers need advocates, and that's the side of the fence I stand on. Usually, listen, I don't know, I'm pro dad. I guess I'll say that. Our organization started. So I work for Fathers and Sons in Northeast Ohio. Our organization started in 2007 here in Southern California. And it started, the idea came from a 9-year-old boy. On the way home from school, my son and I used to have a conversation about what was going on in our days. And I forget what his problem was that day, but mine was probably money management. And as we walked along sharing in the evening, coming home, he said, "Dad," he said, "fathers and sons." He said, "Fathers and sons really need each other, don't they?" That caught my ear from that 9-year-old boy. And I said, "Yes, we do, son. We need each other." At that point in time, I had one custody of my son, who was raising him from the age of 15 months. And we had a really, really good relationship. It kind of popped in my mind, that's what I want to do. Start an organization to help men become better fathers. And that's our mission today, helping men become better fathers. So we started our organization, and we were pretty fortunate because in Summit County, nobody was doing fatherhood formally. So we wrote a grant to the Active Community Foundation. They wanted us to write a 4-page grant, but I was really anxious, and I wrote 9 pages.
Nothing wrong with that.
They said, "Well, Mr. Lykes, we like what you're talking about here, but we're gonna give you the money to break it down to 4 pages." I think I got down to 5. But we were one of the first groups to ever receive any substantial amount of grant money to do fatherhood. And what we decided was the main thing we needed was education. And so we took part of that money and we found out what was the best educational curriculums in the United States. And we went to those organizations and we got trained to educate other men. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And so so in education, in my mind, is most important. And as we educate dads in our community, there are 3 things we want to try to do. We want to try and raise the father's awareness of how important he is in the life of his children. Because they get a whole lot of things like, "We don't need you." He got a dad, got a new dad, you know. But I say we do raise awareness of fathers and how important they are in the lives of their children. The second thing is that we want to change their attitude about specifically 2 things. The first one is spending time with your children.
Amen.
The second one is spending money on your children. And so at the end of the day, when we get graded, that's the 2 questions they ask us. "Mr. Lykes, are your dads spending more time with their children? Are they spending more money on their children?" We try to, because we work with low income dads who are really high risk. That means they're poor. They got the courts on their back, and so many of them are trying to gain or maintain sobriety. So they're it's a lot of, we work with homeless dads. So a lot of them are in places where they're struggling themselves. So Mr. Lykes, I ain't got no money. Well, how much does it take to buy an ice cream cone at McDonald's? Anybody know?
$2.
$1.90.
$2? Well, it used to be $1.
You can go to Burger King. Go to Burger King.
It used to be 75 cents.
And so what we try to explain to them, it don't take a whole lot of money. We talked about, someone talked about the zoo being free. Not all the time. So like once a year, I think they're free. Is that correct? So the other thing that we do is we got the awareness going on. We got dads trying to change their behavior about child support, paying child support, or just giving to their children. And then the other thing is, so that's their attitude. But the last thing is their behavior, right? Because that's in the proof is in the pudding, as they say. So many times I've seen guys graduated from our classes. I see them at the gas station, and they're so proud. Mr. Lykes, I got my kids with me. They got the kids, the bikes, and everything, and they're spending more time with their children. So that's what fatherhood groups, in my opinion, if we can get those three things together in the educational piece, that is huge. We probably teach, I just did our numbers, we teach, there are 193 dads who get into our classes every year. There are 168 of them who graduate.
Wow.
That's high, abnormally high. But the reason is we have a captive audience, because we teach in the jail.